Yes, it is the 14th of March, 2026. It's late. It's uh just after 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And I have watched Midnight in Paris like I actually don't know how many times. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't. I really don't. I'm gonna say it's been like at least 2 dozen times. But anyways, uh I wanted to elaborate on my intention to offer a thesis. And because Ernest Hemingway is um you know a subject, um but also the Fitzgeralds and Gertrude Stein. And well, so I haven't read Gertrude Stein, but I have read very old um female literature. And anyways, I have read three of Scott Fitzgerald's novels, stories. I've read five of Ernest Hemingway. And it's just super different because um if you don't know, I sort of feel I don't know how to say apprehended in my reverence for things. And so, there's been some there's been a handful of celebrity deaths in my young life, but actually Ernest Hemingway was said to have been born in 1899 and has been dead for a while. Um he does not look anything. The the written the told about Ernest Hemingway that died um unfortunately does not do much to I don't know, expound on the person. And so if you've never read Ernest Hemingway, you know, probably wouldn't understand. Um it's English. It's just like, to me, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Um but it is not personal, and it is well written, and it is simple, and brevity is my forte because that's a very vogue thing to say at some time. And when I said it, it was. But I don't talk to people anymore, so I don't say that. Anyways, I am 33 years old, and yeah, I do. No, I want him. I want that guy right there. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. That's a man. I'm dead. I'm like, anyways, the thing about Ernest Hemingway is that he's not supposed to be sexualized. And he's not because he's dead. But this guy here is playing him and he's not. And that should be very joie de vivre, baby, because that is everything right there. Um, I'm not saying that he is, but In case you didn't know, I've changed my name. So if you want to, just know I'm here for that. Um, what is this? What is this about? Oh, well, I don't remember all of the people's names. I can't tell you exactly why. I do know The Great Gatsby quite well. I've read it different ways several times, and my conclusion was that they're not having that much fun. Um, yeah, you got money? Let's go on a date. My conclusion was that I am the epitome of contemporary because the golden era, which is the subject of contention, I do think is the 20s, but I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I've been talking about this for like a while. But like, yeah, I was talking about 1920, but since we are in the 20s, you know, um, I'm a life-seeking individual. So like I find correlations, I find, ways to relate to that. And it's like, okay, so it is. So, and then you have to think about like math, like algebra, like, these kinds of things. And it's like, wow, maybe there's more to it. But that's not why we're here. Mm. I can't tell you why Gil is a demon right now, but I can tell you why Adriana and why Inez and also why Gertrude Stein is. Um, but I already posted it here in my because some YouTubers you might see some like actual like text posts. I do. I have a community channel somewhere. You'll have to look for that. And I do post just text things sometimes. There's a poll here. Weigh in. No, I did not say why Zelda is a demon. I haven't gone through this with everyone, but the more I watch it, the more I glean. And not because I'm looking for it. I don't know. I just, like, feel like, I used to tell people this was my favorite movie. I did. I told people that a lot, actually. And it was political, but, um, the thing is what I want to leave you with is that these people are, like, a step removed from God. They are archetype people. They're not God. They're not supposed to be. And they are perfect in so many ways. And also, it's very false. And also, it's not because of education, which is part of what's false about it. Like 50% of why. That's not why, because it is why. But the other 50% is just because of relations. It's not about the education as much as it is, like, what you're trying to relate to it. And if I told you that I have studied, art history and, you know, like, chemistry and, things like this, it's it's about perspective, and believe it or not, there is an endless amount of thoughts and so the only thing that is the refuge or the security in that is taking it personal and also you know a split from that, which is either, um, a matter of some some preference, but I know it seems like, you see these people and it's, like, clear that they're on their path, and that's how I felt about it, but they actually do require further probing, further provocation, further, um, I don't know, research, like, these people are dead because nobody really cared, and, and I die on that hill, but no, what I'm saying is that, they are really boring me. They really are. It's not because this is like a rom-com. This isn't like any it's not I mean, I did choose it because I thought it was easy, but facts are is that if you tried to engage with or interact with or um, you know, you tried to interpret what's going on in any way at all, if you took any time at all, actually, there's just so much here, and there's there's been a family of sorts roundabout that um built a bunch of hospitals and things, and they're sort of like the Fitzgeralds in that way. And basically, what I'm saying, my name isn't about ego. It's actually about oversight. And it's not because I want to be revered as God. Um, it's because I do revere God. And finally, I'll just say that about about taking things personal, about really committing. And when it comes down to it, you know, being quizzed on the story or being read the story is not the same thing as reading it yourself. It's not the same thing as comprehending it. Is not the same thing as, you know, personifying it or um how to say identifying with it. And yeah, I mean it's so crazy because there's no money, there's no amount of adornments or, affixing things or anything that can compensate for dedication and loyalty and, you know. And so, yeah, here's to you, Corey Stoll. Will you be my Ernest Hemingway?